The latest edition of 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, was undoubtedly one of the most dramatic seasons yet. Very high on entertainment quotient, it delivered some memorable fights and some cringe-inducing lows. It also had the most scandalous cast in the history of the TLC franchise, as viewers weren't rooting for any of the 7 couples featured on the show to succeed, because of their unlikable personalities and consistent problematic behaviors. Most fans were not even sure where most stars would end up by the finale night, and what new revelations about their relationships might surface in the tell-all. Few couples have reconciled, while others have called it quits, citing irreconcilable differences and a lack of compatibility. So, which pairs have split up, and which ones have got their happy endings? Let's find out. Gino and Jasmine struggled throughout the season amid infidelity and jealousy claims, and things went downhill for them after it was disclosed that Gino forwarded nudes of Jasmine to his ex, which sent the Panamanian beauty into a frenzy. But the duo eventually worked things out, and the star excitedly showed off her engagement ring during the tell-all, confirming the pair was still engaged and 6 months into waiting for her K1 visa approval. However, shocking information about Gino's sneaky behavior resurfaced after host Sean Robinson revealed the former had privately messaged fellow castmate Ben Rathbun's friend, which Jasmine was unaware of. Suffice it to say, the revelation did not go well with the latter, causing her to take off her ring. The lovebirds managed to overcome the scandal and appear to be in love more than ever before. Jasmine posted a gushing tribute to her partner on Instagram earlier this April, calling him her ray of sunshine. In the lengthy post, the 32-year-old lauded her beau for loving her unconditionally, despite her being a broken soul when he first met her. She ended the post by writing, "Love you forever." She recently took to Instagram again for a late celebration, as she commemorated the couple's 2-year anniversary, which happened to be on March 8th. So it's pretty safe to assume things are going great between the pair, but they're still in a long-distance engagement, as Jasmine is still in Panama, awaiting her visa approval to the US. Memphis and Hamza had a lot of obstacles in their relationship, but despite language barriers and cultural differences, both were hell-bent on marrying during the former's stay in Tunisia. Shortly after the pair celebrated their nuptials and honeymoon, they learned they were expecting their first child together. Memphis confirmed on March 25 that she had given birth to a beautiful baby girl. Hamza missed the birth of the couple's first child due to immigration delays caused by the COVID restrictions. He met their baby daughter 5 weeks later and gushed about becoming a new dad during their tell-all special. While the twosome struggled with their communication throughout the season, they eventually broke up and unfollowed each other on Instagram. Memphis and her mother have gone on record to claim that Hamza was abusive to his estranged wife. His family, however, hit back at hers, saying their claims were completely fabricated. Things between the husband-wife duo have really turned ugly, judging by the leaked text messages between Memphis and Hamza's sister. Roca revealed that her brother wanted to move away from Michigan to Chicago because he was uncomfortable and jealous of his wife still visiting her ex-husband. On the other hand, Memphis complained about her husband body-shaming her, creating a hostile environment for her kids, and scamming her. Not long ago, the new mom, who was 160 pounds when she delivered her baby, took to Instagram to show off her impressive figure, and shared with her fans that she's reached her goal weight of 113 pounds. Though she has deleted all traces of her estranged husband from her Instagram, Hamza still has numerous uploads of his wife on the social media platform. In his latest upload, the proud father shared a sweet photo of his daughter, but covered her face with a huge love emoji under the caption, "My heart." Caleb and Alina were friends long before lovers and finally reconnected to see if they could turn their online relationship into a meaningful romance. After meeting Alina in Turkey and finding out that her condition required more dependence than he realized, Caleb wasn't sure if he could undertake the responsibility. The duo eventually decided to be friends, even though a clearly heartbroken Alina wasn't sure about that following her breakup with Caleb. Sadly, their storyline was hastily wrapped up when Alina got fired, as her racist post resurfaced, and the couple were edited out of the rest of the season and disinvited from the tell-all. Fans were disheartened after the show didn't provide an update on the couple's status. Alina came forward and provided clarity about the status of her current relationship with Caleb. She stated via a YouTube video that although they have not reignited their romance, they are still on talking terms and support each other. Mike and Ximena started off as a cute couple, but by the end became one of the most volatile and controversial relationships. Despite sharing some tender initial moments, the two turned out to be toxic to each other. They went through quite a contrasting arc, as fans quickly shifted their perspective on the situation between the two. What initially felt like Ximena using a gullible Mike for his money evolved over time to the assumption of Mike that he could buy her love. The season ended with Ximena breaking up with Mike numerous times, even though he straight away refused to accept it. The tell-all revealed the two got back together after filming ended, though recent Instagram posts suggest that they are over for good. Since then, Ximena has moved on and is in a steady relationship with her new boyfriend, Josh Romeo, with whom she has already gone public on her TikTok, even breaking her NDA with TLC. Ella and her Chinese boyfriend Johnny were desperate to meet and take the next step in their relationship, but COVID-19 restrictions hindered all their plans. They were hardly featured on the show, as the Jinan native never made it to the US because of China's strict protocols. Things didn't look great for the duo when Ella was dissatisfied with Johnny's reasons for not visiting her and cheated on him with another man. Though she faced severe criticism for her infidelity, surprisingly, it was Johnny who took the high road and blamed his partner's cheating on his absence. Ella admitted to her Asian prince that despite loving him, she couldn't keep waiting forever, as she needed physical attention. Johnny announced his plans to visit her hometown, but it has still not become a reality. The duo is still going strong despite never meeting in person. Bin's storyline made it seem like he was starring in the show Catfish rather than the 90-day franchise, but much to the surprise of many, his Peruvian love interest, Mahogany, turned out to be a real person. What might not have been real, though, were her intentions, as she wasn't really interested in meeting with him in person and discouraged him from visiting her native place, but he ignored her wishes and flew down anyway. Bin dialed up his creepiness factor to new heights, repeatedly crossing her boundaries and using textbook manipulative tactics. Their relationship was doomed from the start, and as the season ended, they were done with each other with no possibility of reconciliation. Mahogany, who's 30 years younger than her beau, ended their relationship by telling God to bless him and making it clear that she never wanted to see him in person again. Bin revealed at the tell-all that he had spoken with Mahogany the night before filming the reunion. However, Mahogany appeared unhappy to even call in to the tell-all. When the couple was spotted in a mall in Lima, Peru, after the 5th installment wrapped up, many suspected they were filming for the show but had indeed parted ways. Ben confirmed this as he recently took to his Instagram and wrote a very lengthy post, sincerely apologizing to Mahogany for publicly hurting her, as he self-reflected his actions toward his ex-girlfriend, accepting his part in the deterioration of their relationship. He also got in trouble after getting arrested for his failure to appear at a probation hearing related to a previous charge and has been fired from his job at Michigan Lupus Foundation over his DUI. Soulja Boy Usman found love again when he returned to the series, following his failed relationship with baby girl Lisa. This time around, his love interest was Kimberly, but his intentions toward her were very unclear. The couple took a while to make their relationship official, but viewers were hardly rooting for them after watching their controversial sex scenes, and Kimberly manipulating her beau by buying him expensive gifts. But they couldn't sustain their relationship, with Usman noting that his older girlfriend couldn't handle his career, and she didn't want to hold him back from having children of his own. She showed up to the tell-all unaware that he had reconnected with his ex Zara. Usman denied having a connection and cheating on her with his ex, but she was still upset that he did not inform her about the conversation. While Kimberly still wanted to continue a relationship with him, she tearfully left the stage after watching Usman's clips of calling Zara in her absence. The shocking revelation ended their long-distance relationship. Despite their breakup, Usman paid tribute to Kimberly's mother when she passed away. Last month, the Nigerian rapper created a fan frenzy by uploading photos of himself and another stunning lady in bridal outfits, and captioned the post, "Gentlemen and ladies, the groom and bride." However, it only turned out to be snippets from his upcoming music video. In one of his latest uploads, he gave an update about his relationship status, clearly stating that he is reconciled with Kimberly, writing, "Our love is our love. Nobody may understand it, but we know what we have." He further added, "We got life accomplishments. New chapter coming soon. Kimberly plus Usman is equals success." Kimberly replied back to his post with, "I love you." Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe to our channel for more great content.